my favorite Led Zeppelin song.
Well, hell yeah. Nice.
It's I don't know if you might know the Lord of the Rings connection that a lot of Led Zeppelin songs have, and like
I'm not too familiar. Led Zeppelin III is the one album I'm not as familiar.
oh, this is my favorite album of theirs. I think 4 is probably their best,
Yeah.
but 3 is just so.
Well, I made it a project of mine recently to like get into more of Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
And I say that as if I'm not a fan. I love Led Zeppelin.
Same.
I grew up with them, but like there's certain songs that I just overlooked.
Yeah.
Off of their albums. This
Yeah.
would be one of them.
I think like this song is. It's not really based on anything Lord of the Rings related, but I can totally see. Like I've come to appreciate Robert Plant's voice in a different way in the past, like maybe a year and a half, to where like I've always appreciated it on a technical level, and it's just like a very good voice. But I never really liked associating Led Zeppelin with Lord of the Rings. I don't know, maybe I'm kind of a snob in that way initially, but like
They get associated a lot.
they do, and like lately though, like songs like this and Black Mountainside, I just come to like realize is like wow, that is what the elves would be doing. That's maybe not the elves like in the movies, but like the more kind of like shady elves, like living in the shadows or something. I don't know. It's just
So like you're talking about like in the books.
yeah, because like in the books there's discussion of like dark elves, not complexion dark, but just it's a whole like technical lore thing. But
You don't want to get yourself in trouble here.
yeah, and I don't want to go on a digression about like Middle Earth stuff, but like the dark elves are, culturally they're more with the earth. They're more they're less kind of spiritual, I guess. They're less like high-minded. You know what I mean? Like they're not all thinking about like jewels and stuff like that. It's more earthy, I guess. Like immediate. And, like Led Zeppelin to me has always been a very immediate band. Like, cause they don't like their lyrics aren't like super deep, but they're so honest in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like this song is like a super honest song, and it's like kids not being able to play with their friends anymore. Mom said no. That's the way it is. And it's just
Interesting.
It's just like such a relatable thing.
Because I know that is there a theme in this album with that?
I don't think there's a theme in this album per
Because
se.
there's friends at the beginning.
I never actually analyzed the lyrics of this album.
I love Gallows Pole on this
Me
album.
too. You know what's a really fun fact about that song is there's another song that Dylan covers called Seven Curses.
Oh, really?
And I was reading the Wikipedia page, I can't remember for which one of the songs, and like lyrically, they're pretty different, but they both involve someone being hung and someone trying to get them to stop them, essentially.
Yeah.
And basically, the long and short of it is that those songs are the same song. Gallows Pole and Seven Curses are the same song,
Really?
but they're separated by centuries of like folk isolation. So I think the one that that Dylan got, I think is from like Hungary area before it came over to like into the English speaking world. And then the one that Zeppelin covered, I think is from further north in Europe, like around the Baltic area. And it has a totally different. So Gallows Pole is about the guy being hung and trying to get people to save him. Seven Curses is about the daughter of the guy being hung, trying to save him, but failing.
This is crazy. There's a song. You know the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's? There's a song, She's Leaving Home.
Okay.
I've always had a theory that off of his first album, the song Better Wait Till Tomorrow, what is it? I think that's what it's called, Wait Till Tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's from the angle, the perspective of the boyfriend who's waiting outside when because the Beatles song is all about some girl who escapes out the window from her like waspy parents' house.
Okay, yeah.
Her waspy parents' house. That like, you know, and they're like, she's leaving home, she left the snow, they're like crying. I've always thought his version is from like the boyfriend who's chilling outside, like where's she at? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Interesting.
I've always wondered if that's the case. It might not be because
right.
You know, but I've always liked it that way.
That's so interesting.
But it's a similar angle, I feel like, from what you're talking about with Dallas. You know?
Wow. No, I love this album so much. Like, I love the balance of like the folky with the hard rock. Plus, like, Immigrant Song is just, what a banger to start an album off with.
This is from Robert Plant's current stuff. Have you ever?
I've listened to a little bit, like the stuff he did with the Shapeshifters or whatever they are.
Yeah, and
like
Alice Krauss or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't listened to much of their stuff.
This is an interesting one.
I love his song Rainbow. It's another one of his like newer ones. It's got like a very rainstormy, tropical vibe to it.
Sure. Ran off with a no good Southern man. He got into some like world culture music kind of stuff.
What do you say?
There's always been this sort of genre, like a world culture.
Oh
genre.
yeah.
There's like different cultures around the world, like not Western music.
Oh yeah.
Kind of delved into that Eastern.
There's this. Have you ever seen Kingdom of Heaven, the Ridley Scott Orlando Bloom movie?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's like it's had the Crusades kind of thing.
But incidentally, I watched a couple clips from it recently.
Dude, watch it. Watch the director's cut. It's
Yeah.
really good. But there's a song. I thought initially that it had been composed for the film, but it's actually like something they just brought in from outside.
Interesting.
But it's during the scene where Orlando Bloom's character has like basically made his backyard in Jerusalem into like a garden.
Right.
Or
I do remember
like
that
a farm
part,
almost. Yeah. And I don't know, it might be in the regular version, but there's like they put a little wooden ship down like a little irrigation canal, and it's it's kind of demonstrating that it's working, I guess. But there's a song that's playing there that is just fantastic. I don't know the name of the song off the top of my head, but I can cue it up though.
Go for it.
Because it is so good.
There was often when I was in music school, there was always this sort of allegation about exoticism and like kind of cultural appropriation of other Eastern music.
Yeah.
The biggest rule that you can't break is that like if you're a composer and you're trying to borrow another system, you have to like educate yourself on the system of how they do it.
Oh, I see what
So
you're
like
saying.
the cardinal sin would always be like, oh well, it's these white people that are taking this music and they don't know what they're doing. Like they don't know.
They just think it sounds cool, so they're
Yeah,
just
like Carmen Fantasy, they always cite that as an example. I wrote a whole paper about this, how like I don't think exoticism is necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like
It's fine to think of things you're familiar with as like really interesting because they're unfamiliar.
Yeah, well, and to me it's like, well, what is the only other option is censorship. Because what are you, it's like, you're basically asking people not to be inspired by something. Like, even though they might be inspired on like a surface level,
Yeah.
they're still being inspired artistically to do something.
Right.
And like, who are we to say that's the wrong thing, even if it's
Yeah.
not like, you know what I mean? Like, I never bought into that, like,
Yeah.
oh, it's bad.
I mean, it's a very like artistic thing in general. It's like you see something that looks cool or is
Nothing's
cool,
ever
sounds
like
cool.
fully original, you know?
Right.
Like this would be a good example of I think he actually did research on this stuff and like worked with people. But like Kashmir, I was listening to the other day and I was thinking like, would this count as like cultural appropriation in that like with the people that I went to school with, would they like be be triggered by this, or like.
Interesting. I don't know like Punjabi or like Kashmiri music well enough to like know. I couldn't pick up on what's.
It would be hard, yeah.
What's
well, I
for
didn't
and what's
know either.
yeah.
I was like listening to it the other day. I was like wondering about it.
Interesting. It's really interesting.
But it's like, yeah, I just I love this. It's so like.
This is really good though.
Yes, Robert Plant. His new stuff is very interesting, and it's just it's original.